All right, here we are, doing what we do.
Cooking.
Cooking. Hey, but isn't this when people ask us how did we start, what do we say?
We started here.
We started before we were even doing Airbnb. We would have people over, friends and family would come over. We'd cook for them, they'd spend the night, they'd stay a few nights. And that's actually how we started.
Yes.
And then people were saying,
why don't you do Airbnb?
Why don't you do Airbnb? And then that's when the madness started.
Yes, madness.
But it's been good. There's definitely pros and cons. One of the things that we fell into when we first started was we were doing co-living, meaning we didn't have private units. Once we got the second house, we converted an area of that house, 44, we converted a part of it into a private studio, and that was our only private unit that didn't have shared spaces. But even then, that unit, even until today, they share the laundry, which is inside the main house. But co-living it just means that you have people staying there that share spaces, share bathrooms, share the kitchen, share the laundry, share the dining room. And the obvious benefit to that is to co-living is the money.
Yes.
Because you can earn more when you rent out just the bedroom and then they share space.
Yes, you definitely, there's money there.
Yes, there's money there. There's more work, but there's the earning potential is higher. And so we got into Airbnb thinking that that's what everybody did. That was 2022. And then in the summer of 2024, Airbnb made this huge announcement. Oh, we're putting a stress on renting out rooms and going back to how Airbnb started. And we were like confused because that's what we had been doing for 2 years.
Yes.
Since we started doing Airbnb, short-term rental, mid-term rental, long-term rental, non-traditional rental really is what it is. But it's becoming more and more popular. Especially with younger people who are either not in a position to get a lease or just don't want a lease. There's a lot of people that just prefer to have the freedom to stay and rent weekly or monthly from us or someone like us, rather than signing a lease, being obligated to stay for a year or 2 years. And so we were surprised in the summer of 2024 when YouTube said, oh, we're going to stress renting out rooms. We're going to go back to how we used to be. And so we just kept doing what we were doing. And what we found is the money is a pro, but you have to monitor the property, as in you got to go over there at least every other day and clean it. You got to clean the bathroom, clean the kitchen. You have to stress to your guests, your tenants, that they need to contribute to cleaning, help out with taking out the trash, help out with cleaning the kitchen, help out keeping the bathrooms clean. And for the most part, guests do help.
Yes.
They pitch in and keep it clean. We do have to occasionally send out a message or just talk to people and say, hey, just letting everybody know, reminder, wipe down the stove, wash your dishes immediately after cooking. You can't wait. In a shared environment, you gotta cook and clean at the same time, and then wash your dishes basically before you get done eating. And then of course afterwards you got to clean your plates and utensils and drinking glasses and stuff like that. But so a lot of people they fall right into it. They're good, they understand, and
For the most part, yeah.
for the most part, no issues. But that's one of the cons to co-living, is that it keeps you busier in that you have to visit the house more often, and you have to be willing to clean up after people, even after you've told them that they need to be cleaning up.
You can't depend on them to.
Yeah, because you may have 5 rooms in a house, and say you've got 3 or 4 of them renting directly from you, and then you have somebody come and rent out that 5th room in the Airbnb app, for example. Well, that guest can leave you a review. So you gotta make sure that the house is clean for that 1 or 2 guests that is coming through the Airbnb app. And so we've had really good luck for the most part, but some of the other issues are like you get complaints of
Noise,
loud music, loud voices, slamming doors, cooking in the kitchen late at night, running the laundry machine. Some of the laundry machines are outside or in the garage, but the one house that we do have machines in, we occasionally get a complaint that somebody says that they hear the dryer or something. And
it's no big deal. And sometimes they do not understand that it is a shared space.
Yeah.
They don't rent the entire house.
Yeah, sometimes you get people that somehow think that for $50, $60 they're going to get a whole 4 or 5 bedroom house, but that doesn't happen real often. But most of the time, I think what you're saying is that we get people that have not had much experience living in a shared environment, and they don't understand that you are going to hear a door shut. You are going to hear somebody getting ice in the refrigerator at 11:30 at night. It happens, people get thirsty.
Yes.
So, one other thing, that when you have 5 bedrooms or so that you're renting out, you potentially could then have 5 cars that need a place to park. So
you have to have that.
So it's important.
You have to have enough space for 5.
You got to make sure you have plenty of parking, or even more, because sometimes people drive separately. Most of our houses have long parking spaces that you can park one car in front of the other. So if you're looking at buying a property and you're wondering, okay, how can I maximize the earnings on that? Co-living is definitely our recommendation after 4 years. 4 years now we've been doing this.
Yes, actually, that's all we do.
Coming up in April is our 4-year anniversary of doing this, and Victoria loves sitting at a desk all day, but we don't do that anymore. Not right now.
Not right now, but
because the 22 units that we manage and run and operate here in Jacksonville keep us busy enough, and the earnings are enough to pay the bills for all the houses, including the one we live in. If you haven't watched that video where we talk about how to live free in your home, be sure to watch that one, because you can live free in your home.
Yes.
But you still got to work for it.
It's just like any other job, you got to work. But the best about this is we own the business. We can, whatever.
So we did 3 room changes today. We got 4 tomorrow. And some days you have none. So it just depends.
Because honestly, for the most part, it's a shared environment, shared space. But we have a lot of guests that stay long term.
Yes, we have Most of our units, most of our 22 units are being rented right now directly to us, and they pay weekly, and there's a couple of them that pay monthly. And so that only leaves, we only got like 6 rooms maybe that are currently listed in the Airbnb
out of
app.
22, 6 rooms.
And tonight we're fully booked. Last night we were fully booked. March has picked back up. January, February, a little bit slow, not as slow as September and October.
But when he said it's low, it's only
80,
slow is 85% occupancy.
Yeah.
That's slow to us
Yeah,
because we
yeah.
are in the 90s.
Yeah, because right now in March we're at 94% occupancy. So yeah, co-living, that's our recommendation to maximize your earnings. Like and subscribe. Like and subscribe.
For more.
Stay tuned for more.
More tips.
More adventures. 4-year anniversary coming up. We'll do a video.
Yes. Make sure that your room feels like at home.
Yes, got to make every room feel like home.
That's our secret. Because some guests would stay for one night, and once they're in, they want to extend, and some end up staying for a year.
Yeah, what was that guy's name? He booked one night. He ended up staying like 9 months.
Yes.
But anyway, all right. See you guys on the next one.